I think we could avoid this. This block was harder hit by the riots than others you've been through. The air has been churned into a noxious slurry of soot, ash, and tear gas. It was stomach-churning, beyond foul. Through the haze, you could see a patrol squad of HKPF constables facing off against a man and a woman in shabby winter coats. The man was doubled over, coughing, clutching a loaf of bread in one hand and a cheap pocket knife in the other. The woman was holding a small crowbar, frozen like a deer in the headlights. Both were clearly terrified. A half-dozen laser dots played over their bodies, projected from the sights of the constable's weapons. "Drop your weapons! Get on your knees! Do it now!" The knife hit the ground, clattering to a rest on the asphalt. "Please, our house burned down in the riots. We just needed water and food. We aren't looters, we just needed to eat." Rector leaned in to whisper into your ear. "I don't believe that they can see us through the smoke, but if you get too close, we'll be in the same boat as those four fools. Best to leave them to their fate and slip around the police. Give them a wide berth and get on with our evening." The SDU sergeant's voice boomed out over the integrated speakers in his tactical armor. "On your knees! This is your last warning." "You know what? I'm gonna wait." "Please, you're not listening. We had no choice." His voice trembled and he held the loaf of bread out for the constables to see. The flimsy plastic that wraps it shimmers in the lamplight. "I've dropped the knife. We don't have any guns. This is just a loaf of bread." The SDU's mage's amplified voice rolled lazily out of the speakers. "He's got a weapon, man! Kill them both." Yeah, let's kill him. Constables wheeled at the sound of your voice, but you were faster than they were. You caught them flat-footed. Please tell me I moved before them, because that would be kind of important. Okay, we can kill the mage easy. Let's have Isabel. She's probably not going to be able to hide, so let's do this. Yeah, I want to attack this guy. Oh wow! How does she not get attacked by this? Oh wow. That's cheap. Such an asshole thing. Fun to do. Okay, you hide here, Gilbert. You're gonna be murdering a mage, I guess. Let's do this. Since this is just 2 hits, it doesn't change. It's no different from this. 2 of these. So we can hit this guy once. Or we could do like Eviscerate to take away some of his armor. We can do a lightning strike. And then we can do one of this. Rakta is gonna hide here though. It's 2 points. And he's gonna take control of this. 3 points, okay. Okay, let's waste a little bit. Yeah. Wait, this guy also has it? Such an asshole-ish thing to do. Oh, took away 2 of my AP, that sucks. Took away my movement too. Destroy this guy. Kill me. I could do this, sure. We could murder this guy, but I think it's probably better to do this. Because this little fella... Let's have you kill this guy. That doesn't make sense. So this is 92%. This is... Burst fire is just so much better than the double tap. 61% and 67% crit. Or 92% crit. I mean, obviously this is so much better. Okay, that didn't do nothing. Wait, did he kill his own guy? They were a little bit wounded, but that's just 1 point of damage, which sucks. Okay. Let's do this. 16. Okay. It's at least gonna kill him. Outer line of sight. That's fine. Wait, you really go for Gobbet? Wait, did I regain 6 health? How did I regain 6 health? Did I use the item? Oh, I did. Yeah, I'm dumb. I forgot about it. Hey, you frightened resident. What's up? The civilians blink up at you, their faces ashen. The man still hugs a stolen loaf of bread. In his terror, he's crushed it into an hourglass shape. We're alive! Oh God, thank you, God! We're still alive! We've seen the police do brutal things here before, but nothing like this! They were going to kill us over 3 millions worth of bread! Listen, the cops are locking this entire area down. You need to get out of here and off the streets. You don't have to tell us twice. Come on, love. Let's find a place to hide until this blows over. This is this whole place, though. These guys didn't drop anything, did they? No. Aha, a metal canister. A grenade. I mean, I'm gonna take it. Then I'm gonna sell it. Some more residents. The police comlink crackled to life again. Great. All teams, ready your weapons and prepare for my mark. Do not, I repeat, do not move before you are instructed to. Anyone who fails to obey this command will answer to me. Await my instructions. Straight out. They're gonna kill everyone. A group of middle-aged people in shabby clothing were gathered in the streets, huddled together and clutching their possessions. They were wide-eyed, some obviously in shock. The riots had taken their toll. A man with a patch of beard, the leader of the group, by the looks of things, leaned forward, his eyes shifting from one member of the congregation to the next. His voice was low and urgent, his tone serious. Look, we can't stay here. Let's gather whatever we can carry, go to the barricades at the edge of the town and show the cops our IDs. Once we can prove that we live here and that we're unarmed, they'll let us through. That's the plan. If you want to run, go the way that I came, towards Hioi. You're gonna be safe there. Hioi, that place is owned by criminals. You look like a bunch of killers to you? No, man. We need to go to the central district, or Victoria Harbour, maybe someplace corp-controlled. There are riots. There are no riots there. No dangerous people. We'll be safe. I mean, the cops are supposed to kill everyone, so... You honestly think that the cops at the barricades will let you through to the rich part of the island? It's worth a shot. Better than hanging around here and waiting to get robbed, or shot, or kicked to death. I don't like the HKPF any more than anybody else, but I'll take my chances with them over the rioters any day. Well, you can't really trust the police. If you go to them, you're gonna regret it. They're cops. I like odds better than with them than I do with people out here on the streets. He turns his head towards the others. If you need anything from your homes, clothes, heirlooms, valuables, go get them. And be quick about it. We'll meet up back here in 10 minutes. And then we're headed up the barricade. For the barricade. We're getting out of this death trap. Hey, no. Okay, this combat pangs. This is blocked up. Okay, we go inside here then. A lanky man in a skin-tight vest leered at you as you entered the bar. He looked like a low-level go-ganger, dressed in the Black Sun Boys colours. He stepped out in front of you to block your progress. Bar's closed on orders of a boss. He pointed at the door that you walked in through. Step out of here now. Yeah, I need to talk with your boss, so I'm not going to go anywhere. He shook his head, defiance in his eyes. No way, you don't talk to Combat Pang, you talk to me. And I'm about out of patience with... Look, I'm here on behalf of the Yellow Lotus. Take a moment to size you up, really examine you. And the bravado disappeared. Oh, hey, I don't wanna... He looked back over his shoulder towards the bar. Boys? A low voice growled out from beside the bar. Fuck me sideways, Jimmy. Have I got to do everything myself round here? What do I even keep you around for? Eddie, Combat Pang. The owner of Combat Pangs and the ringleader of half a dozen Colon City go-gangs, the Black Sun Boys included. He leered at you through a mouthful of gold-capped teeth. Pang was a living stereotype, a surly dwarf in the flesh, 10 tons of Napoleon complex, and a 70-kilo body. Alright, you want to listen to my boy? Maybe you listen to me. We are closed. And if you want to keep all of your fucking teeth, you'll turn around and go the way you came. No way, man. You reopen that kitchen and you do it now. We're here for wings and and breasts and ties. We also want the artifact that you saw because fuck you, that's why. You heard the man, Pang. We want chicken parts and an ancient rock, and we want them now. With extra sauce and a bucket of lobster rolls and a whole fistful of napkins. Wet wipes too, if you have them. He wrapped his fingers against the bar, an innocuous gesture, but it sets alarm bells ringing in your head. All around you, gangers began shifting their positions, with their smiles growing ugly, hands gripping towards holsters. From somewhere in the back of the room, you hear an ominous sound, heavy footsteps, and the scrape of something metal against the floorboards. Kitchen's closed, sweetheart. Unless you want a man over the oven yourself, chickens off the table, but if you come back for happy hour sometime, I'd be happy to hook you up. Shifts his gaze to you. Now if you want the rock, I could assume that you're on Chains payroll, that true? Uh, yeah, that's right. You've got her Kong and she wants it back. Afraid you're mistaken on that front. Everything this bar is mine, Buttercup. Mine. You're standing in my house right now. See all these people around here? They're my friends. And they don't take kindly to strangers who come in here trying to throw their weight around. Well, the Hollowways outside are crawling with cops, and they're preparing for something big. You sure you want a gunfire in here? If they hear it, they'll have to investigate. Yeah, and wouldn't you that be terrible? We certainly don't want any trouble with the police. Of course, you'd be dead, so... He spreads his hands with a smile. More shifting from the assembled gangers and the bar. Some of them looked angry, ready to start shooting and cutting, but others were clearly concerned. Annie Cheng's name carries a lot of weight in Colin City, and everybody knew the Yellow Lotus. The shift wasn't difficult for you to see. Hang could see it too. Tell you what, I'm in a generous mood tonight, and I don't really need the rock for anything. Sounds like Cheng's got you in a bind, and you're gonna be in trouble with her if you don't bring it back tonight. So I'll sell it to you. Give me, say, 500 million, and I'll have my boys box it up. Hey, I have a better idea. I'm super charming. So you just give me the rock, and I'll try extra hard to convince Kindly not to burn your bar to the ground. I can let you take it for free. That set a bad example for the boys. It's mine. You gotta give me something for it. Well, I'm giving you something. My help in keeping the Yellow Rose from murdering your entire family. That goes for everyone in this room, by the way. The corners of his mouth drew down into an ugly scowl. He took another moment to size you up. His eyes darting from you to each member of your team, then he glances back at his gangers. They were jumpy, nervous, his slab-like hand curled into fists. It's in the cubbyhole behind the bar. Go on, take the thing and get out. More trouble than it's worth anyway. I mean, hey. Anything else we can pick up here? I guess no. Okay. Seems like an awful waste. All of his trouble over a sipping hunk of rock. It's Kindly's rock. That's all that we have to know. Okay, I guess we'd better get moving. Something metallic hit the ground at your feet, cutting you short, a canister of some kind. You didn't hear where it came from. Oh wow, that's a lot of them. They gassed me. No! By the time you could process what was happening, it was too late. The metal tube erupted, spraying out a hissing stream of concentrated vapor. In the distance, you could see a group of figures wearing gas masks. Not riot control cops, not SDU, but official looking, wearing red uniforms. They were already moving in, beelining for your direction. Let's hold my breath. You sealed your lips shut. The vapor crawled up your nostrils anyway. It was sharp, with a chemical tang that you could only taste in the back of your throat. It made your eyes burn and filled your mouth with saliva. You stumbled forward, struggling to right yourself. It was a lost cause. The world went black. Your words rang metallically off the confinement room's walls. You've been talking for a long, recounting... Wait. You've been talking for so long, recounting all the tedious details of your run, that your voice hums in your ears after you've finished speaking. A single flickering bulb above your head swings in an invisible breeze. Beyond the light's reach, your interrogator stands shrouded in shadow. You can see his eyes, but you can feel them quietly observing you from the safety of his corner. His silence opens the floodgates to your thoughts, and the questions come pouring in. Why were you brought here alone? What about others? Most of all, what do your captors want from you? You've finished your story, there's nothing left to tell. It's his turn to talk. Patrol lifts his audio recorder from the table and clicks it off. He stands in silence for a moment, looming over you, sizing you up. Then he purses his lips and nods. And that's when we picked you up. Yep, when I came to, I was already handcuffed and sitting in this chair. Very good. Thank you for recapping all of that for me, Mr. Fist. Your testimony was extremely helpful. And now that you've helped us, it's only fair that you learn something in return. Oh, what's that? Patrol pulls an object out of a police evidence bag marked with the HKPF logo. A PDA with a cracked case, stippled with day-old blood. We recovered this at the scene. Take a look and see what we saved you and your team from. I can guess what you're showing me. Maybe you can. Only one way to find out. He sets the PDA down on his desk, activates it with the tip of his pen, and slides it towards you. Just watch, don't touch. You don't want your fingerprints on this thing. The feed is shaky. Whoever owned this device must have been panicked, out of breath. You can see people, swarms of people, including the locals that you spoke to in the street. All are carrying burdens of some kind or another. A laptop here, a knapsack there, backpacks bulging with shrink-wrapped food and bottled water. None of the locals appear to be armed. The camera wheels around, and you can see a firing line of police. The man with the patchy beard is pleading with them, begging to be let through. He says that he isn't a rioter, that none of the people here are. The constable, faceless behind his mask, says nothing. Camera focuses on a figure behind police lines. Her features are instantly familiar. Chief Inspector Crate. She looks straight into the camera. Then she reaches her hand to an ear and speaks into her comlink. Her voice is loud and clear enough that you can hear it over the PDA's tiny speakers. All teams, you know your orders. Open fire. Put them down. An explosion of gunfire fills your ears. The camera spins crazily, and you catch a panoramic view of bodies bursting like water balloons. Faces that you recognize from your trip to Combat Pang's scream for help are silenced. Wait, oh, okay. The second volley of gunfire catches the owner of the PDA. You hear him shriek, watch the camera spin dizzyingly. You hear a sickening crack, and the video feed flickers and dies. The PDA goes silent. Without a word, the interrogator lifts it from the table and returns it to its evidence bag. I never thought I'd be this happy to get drugged and kidnapped. You should be. If we hadn't brought you in, you'd have been gunned down with the rest of the poor bastards you saw in that video feed. No questions, no arrests. Just a hail of bullets that would have converted you and your team from Shadowruns into statistics. Yeah, I'm getting that. Officially, the Special Duties Unit suppressed the riot, just like they were supposed to. That's the story that all of the news outlets are running with. Shuffles with his papers. Unofficially, well, you be the judge. So why did you show me this? Good question. Let's just say that people at the top have had their eyes on you for a while now. You'll get all the answers you need soon enough. The troll stretches, slips his pen back into his breast pocket, and flips his notepad shut. Then he taps a series of keystrokes into his PDA, and the cuffs around your wrists go slack. The lights in the room come up, and for the first time you can see his face. And the badge on his hip, HKPF, sounded issue. A laminated card clipped to his breast pocket states his name. Inspector David Yang. Okay. I think we're done here. What are you charging me with? Nothing. You aren't under arrest. You and your team are here as guests of the HKPF, and you're going to remain that way until we tell you differently. You have to clarify that. Why? Why guests? Not my job. You'll need to speak with Chew and Lamb for that. Don't you worry, they'll be sending for you soon enough. Who are Chew and Lamb? You'll find out. I was supposed to go here? The door looks solid. You can't see any visible doorknob or latching mechanism from where you're standing. Most likely it's barred from the other side. Let's examine. The door is made of heavy steel. It appears to be mounted to a set of tracks at the top and bottom of the door frame, designed to slide rather than to swing open. When closed, it sits flush with the wall. Your best guess is that the room you're in was built in one piece, and that the door was later cut from it. Okay, let's wait for the door to open. You calm yourself and settle back to wait for the door to open. An interminable amount of time later, you hear the sound of muffled voices, followed by a dull thunk. The scrape of metal dragged over metal fills your ears. The door pops open, but only a crack. A sliver of daylight streams through from the other side. Oh hey! The sun stabs your eyes as you step from the interrogation room into the noonday sun. Blinking against the glare, the world gradually swims into focus. A familiar face greets you. Big, you're out! Thank God. They had you locked away in there since we got here. True story. We only knew where you were because we could hear you screaming last night. She steps towards you, an expression of concern on her face. You okay, Seattle? They didn't hurt you too bad, did they? They have the mage, maybe more than one, probe my mind while I was unconscious. Beyond that, they just asked questions. Magical interrogation. He lets out a low whistle. Bastards are pulling out the big guns. He shakes his head agitatedly. The thing is, they should have been interrogating us at the same time, comparing our accounts and memories of the evening. It doesn't make any sense for them to question you for hours, while we're all sitting out here. None of this makes sense. Our captors wear the uniforms of police constables, but this isn't central booking. It sounds and smells like an impound lot, and gassing you like they did is anything but standard procedure. Yeah, they're probably not cops, are they? Hey, Gaichu, what are you doing here? You weren't on the run with us. I was taken, just as you were. He looks away. It's a long story. Yeah, why didn't they kill Gaichu? He's a ghoul. You know what else doesn't make sense? The cops coming after us at all. I mean, the APB on us was lifted, right? That's what Auntie Chang said after we got out of the walled city. It was lifted. The APB that Josephine Tsang had put out on us came with a kill or capture order attached to it. And they weren't paying much attention to the capture part. If the APB hadn't been lifted, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We'd all be dead, just like Nightjar and Carter. Duncan's back stiffens, but he holds his tongue. We should be dead now, or in a secure facility somewhere. Instead, we're sitting in an impound lot. And not just us either. She gestures into the distance. At the edge of the impound yard, tethered to the docks, the rustling hulk of the Kraken rises above its surroundings. Heavy chains snake up from the secure moorings on the docks to heavy maglocks that clamp down on the vessel's hull. She isn't going anywhere. Yep. They didn't just arrest us. They arrested our damn boat. And those of us on board were taken along for the ride. He lets out an irritated grunt. No warning was given. They simply hooked us to a tug, cut away our moorings, and hauled us away from the harbour. Can you shed any more light on this at all, Zito? I mean, did whoever you talked to in there let anything else slip or anything? Yeah, I mean, you mentioned a couple names. Like, any of you ever heard of anyone named Lam or Chu? I know lots of people named Lam and Chu too. They aren't uncommon names. Considering where we are, I'd guess that they're high-ranking cops. Beyond that, though, your guess is as good as mine. Gaichu suddenly leans towards the south door, his head cocked, an eyebrow raises. He lifts a gnarled hand, gesturing for the team to halt. Do you hear that? Footsteps. Someone is coming. He lowers himself into a steady stance. Prepare yourselves. We are about to have company. Oh, there. Hello. A uniformed constable, wearing a sergeant's insignia, passes through a set of double gates and into the holding pen. She walks with an air of quiet authority, her face an expressionless mask. A pair of wary eyes fix themselves on you. This. Her voice is crisp and cold. Step forward, please. Steps forward. She nods, raises her PDA and begins to type in a series of commands. Thank you for your cooperation. Senior Inspectors Lam and Chu want a word with you. Yeah, they want to talk, I can talk. Just tell me where to go. She nods, raises her PDA and begins to type in a series of commands. That's the right attitude. Very good. In a moment, I'm going to let you out of this cage. When I do that, I want you to make your way to the command trailer near the edge of the docks. Don't try anything stupid. You're being watched. Yeah, I was in prison. I know what to do. Or what not to do. I hope so. For your sake. She punches a final button on her PDA, and the massive gates of a pen that holds you begin to rumble open. Go on. Start walking. You don't want to leave the senior inspectors waiting. Do I have my equipment? I do have my equipment. Well, I guess we have to talk to them first. That's an interesting card there.